B-car.
The taxi's here.
We're on our way to Montreal, fam. Let's go! Playground Poker 5K coming up.
Okay.
Good morning, guys. What's going on? Welcome to the vlog. Today we are hitting the road, or flying. I don't know, hitting the road is kind of a weird thing. When you fly, it's not hitting the road, is it?
It's sailing the air.
We're sailing the air today to Montreal, one of my favorite cities in the world. I think my favorite Canadian city is Montreal that I've been to so far. We're going to Playground Poker, so there's a $5,000 event going on there with 10 million guaranteed in the prize pool. So we're flying, we're checking into an Airbnb, and we're getting ready to play some poker tomorrow. If you guys enjoyed the vlog, this is going to be one long episode of the whole tournament, the whole Montreal trip put together. So let's do it.
All right, now everybody, get in crash position.
Goodbye, B-car.
Bring home the money. All 1 mil.
Bring home the money. How you doing?
Hi.
Going to Playground Poker Club?
Where?
Playground Poker Club?
Playground?
Yeah, Playground. Hello.
Hi.
I just have to register for the main.
Alright, sounds good. The one that started at noon?
Yeah.
Okay. It's gonna be 5,300.
Okay guys, this is the seat right there. Over there somewhere. So we start with 1 million chips. I actually won the first pot, so I didn't even get to send out tweets with like the original stack, you know. Starting with 1 million chips. Feeling good. I think we're hopping in level 5. We have Mike Leah, who's a very good player at the table, but we should be able to figure it out. Let's do it. Alright guys, we're on the first break. I've chipped out 55,000 from starting. It was kind of tough. We had Mike Leah on our table. Hey Mike, can you take it easy on me, man, please? I mean, this is the main event, dude. Like, let's not go too hard here. I don't know why we got Mike on our left. That's kind of some BS, but chipped up about 55,000. Played one interesting hand that level. Mike opened up in middle position, and then there was an older gentleman that called behind. I don't really know anything about the older gentleman, but usually my assumption is going to be that they're going to be on the tighter side. He calls directly behind, so immediately I think he's got a pretty decent hand. I'm in the small blind sitting with queen. Now, the tough part about this hand is that I have 60 big blinds. Mike Leah has me covered, and he raised under the gun +1. And there's the older guy behind who can wake up with a monster here that just called. So it's a really tough spot for me because I want to 3-bet its queens. If I get 4-bet from Mike Leah, I'm in a disaster situation where I put my tournament at risk 60 big blinds deep against what is probably a stronger range. And also we could push out the older guy who can have a bunch of the smaller pairs and stuff like that we can get value from. So I like to just call my queens in small blind, which is awkward. Big blind calls, anyways, we totally missed the ace high flop, like big bet from the old guy, I just fold. But that was an interesting adjustment, I think, to a big lag tournament. And then I just had ace king like 4 or 5 times over the past 2 hours, and that was that. So that's the start. 55,000 chips. It's good. There's some good players, but also there's like definitely some recreational players. So I'm gonna try and pick those spots off and keep trying to be patient and careful. Lots of time. Also, can I just say about this card room, because I said it when I made a video here about 2 years ago when I lived in Montreal, and I'll say it again. This place is absolutely incredible, man. Like, this is definitely, from a poker perspective, the nicest card room I've ever been into the world. Take a look at the dealer chairs, right? See those lights? Lets you know when they need floor, lets you know when you need food. I believe we're like 8-handed, definitely not 10. 8 or 9-handed in this tournament. It's over the million chips. The chips are nice, the chairs are incredible, really, really comfortable. The waiters are very fast, and of course you can call them immediately to your table with that light. The staff is great here. They're just great every time. So I love this place, man. It's so great. I hope I can play more here in the future because it's my favorite card room to play poker at. Alright guys, that's it, 1.6 million. That's the end. It's a fun day. We played 3 levels. So I'm gonna play Saturday, which is tomorrow. You can choose Saturday or Sunday. Chipped up 60% from my starting stack, so I'm gonna bag it and head home, go see B-Card. Good morning, guys. It's Saturday, day number 2. Woke up a little bit late at like 10 a.m. It's 10:37. We start play at 12, and you never know how long traffic's gonna be. It could be 20 minutes, it could be an hour 20. So we gotta go. But first, Tim Hortons.
Too many thoughts on my mind, I can't sleep at night, so I just keep writing. I don't need no help, I don't need opinions, so don't waste my time then. I just been living online, my city don't show me no loving, that's fine. Fuck local radio stations, I got more plays than all of these rappers combined. I'm going again, I've been going in, I'm fed up with so many things. I gotta just let it all out, I'm talking about the shit they've been talking about. Telling me I should do this, telling me I should do that. Telling me things about rap. Talking the truth and that stab in my back, they will knock me off track, no. Too many things have been building, been hard to deal with, I just been drinking.
Alright guys, day 2 in action. Table has got a couple Party Poker pros. This is a Party Poker event. I'm with Poker Stars, so not too familiar. One of them is Anatoly. He's a Twitch streamer, really good player. It's a pretty tough table, I think, so far. But I've managed to chip up to 1.9 million from 1.6 to start the day, so I'm pretty happy with that first 2 hours. Really good structured tournament, just gonna keep grinding. I think Jeff is here, so let's try and find Jeff. This is the Stream House reunited, man.
This is back in Montreal. This is where it got turned up. This is where we put it in.
Yeah.
I will say, guys, if you know who this is Ultimate Sweat. This is Jamie Staples. This is, check him out on YouTube, Twitch. Get it up on the screen page and just put it up for him. Jamie Staples.
And likewise. Okay, so we got to take turns here.
Go ahead, yeah.
Jeff Gross. We got the Flow Show, Twitch. We got the YouTube. We got everything happening. So check out Jeff. We'll link it up below and right here or something like that.
Yeah, we're gonna do all.
What's going on? How many chips? We only have a minute.
3.4. I just played a dirty hand. I raised 10s. I'll just fast forward. 2 club, ace high flop. Ace is not a club. I raised, one guy called. All right. I let out on the flop. He called. Deuce on the turn. I let out. He called. River King X. Okay. Clubs miss.
Yeah.
I check. He bets 275. I've read. I look back, make sure I don't have the 10 of clubs. I look at him. He snapped bet. I was like, this guy is light as shit. I said, yo, you got Queen Jack of clubs. I call you Queen 10 of clubs. Lock the doors, baby. Sheriff's here. Let's go.
Hey guys, how's it going? This is Jamie from the future. I am sort of out of practice when it comes to vlogging. I forgot to turn on the sound. I'm sorry. This is a very interesting hand. I pretty much forgot the whole hand, but my girlfriend's really good at lip reading, and she reminded me of most of the details. So shout out to B-Card. Thanks for letting me know the action. So the hand comes in. We have King Jack of clubs on the button. And we're going to play a 4-way pot. So raise in middle position, call in the cutoff. We call on the button with our King Jack of clubs and the big blind calls. So we go to a flop of Queen Jack 8 with 2 diamonds. Checks, everyone checks around, we check as well. Okay, so we have second pair of checks. Turn is a brick 2, but it completes the flush. So we have Queen Jack 8 with the flush draw, 2 brings in the flush. Now everyone checks again to us, which is really interesting, right? We have second pair. I think this is a good spot for us to bet small. We don't want to let free 1 diamonds try and catch a diamond for free, or gut shots try and hit their straight, or, you know, 1 pairs try and hit their 2 pair. Our king jack is probably the best hand at this point, and we don't want to allow everyone to take a free card. And we can also get called by some worse hands here, or charge draws. So I end up betting 40% of the pot. The big blind folds, the original raiser calls, and then the cutoff folds. So it's me and him. What's really weird here is they checked the flop, they didn't continue betting on a very draw-heavy board multi-way, and then they called the turn instead of betting after everyone checked the flop. So, to me, I think they're going to have a pretty weak range. We're going to have some ace-x of diamonds, some king-x of diamonds, some pair straight draw type things, like, you know, jack-9 suited, see 8-9 suited. You know, king-10 straight draw, considering I bet 40% of the pot, can probably justify a call here, definitely with a diamond. So, basically, I feel pretty good about our hand. Now, the river's a king, giving us 2 pair, which is sweet. But I'm struggling to find hands that can call our value bet. There's very few hands that can beat us if we bet here with our king jack, but there's hardly anything that can call us that we beat. They just all have to fold because their range is so capped. So, in hindsight, I think I should bet because we're beat by 6 combos of ace-10. The ace-10 with a diamond that can call the turn, either the ace of diamonds or the 10 of diamonds, just made a straight. King-queen, which could check call potentially twice, has a better 2 pair. 12 combos total. King-jack we chop with, and then we beat 61 combos of the turn, but mostly pretty weak hands. So I think I should bet small here, about 1/3 of the pot. I ended up betting 2/3, which I think is too big. It's already a frisky bet, but as we go through this range and as I look at it, his range is too weak, so I should bet small. Anyways, our opponent tanked for a while, decided to just call with ace-10, so had the nuts straight, was deciding whether they wanted to raise with a flush, you know, but they didn't want to risk it with the flush. So that knocked me from, you know, 3 million plus down to about 1.3 million, and unfortunately I busted shortly after that. So that was sort of the last hand of the tournament for me and my Playground Poker Montreal main event story. Tough hand. Would love to hear what you guys think in the comments. Anyways, back to the vlog. So busting poker tournaments isn't very fun, but the thing about it as a professional poker player is you kind of have to get used to it or else you're not going to survive. Like, you're just not going to be able to sustain cashing only 20% of your tournaments that you play if you feel bad every time you bust. And that's a pretty good cashing percentage, you know? Like, if you are in the money 20% of the time, you're doing pretty well, generally. Which means 80% of the time, you're going home with nothing. And that's tough, right? That doesn't happen in other more normal lines of work where you can do your best and fail and go home with less money than what you started with, which is part of the, you know, the difficult part of playing poker. But at the end of the day, I think what it feels like for me and what I take solace in when I bust a big event like this one in Montreal is that, did I make the right decisions at the time? Not based on what happened, not based on what cards came out or what actual hand they had, but based on what I knew and the information that I had available, did I make the right decision at the time? And I can say yes. And therefore, the variance in the long run will work out in the end. And, you know, on to the next one. So, just enjoying a bit of a day here in Montreal, checking out Mount Royal, and having fun, even though I'm $5,000 less wealthy.